Aloha Capricorn and welcome to Kamaboko Tarot. Mahalo nui loa for joining me. Capricorn, we're going to be doing a double whammy reading here. Going to be doing the monthly reading for the month of February 2023. And then we're going to jump into the weekly reading for the week of January 30th, 2023. So just going to go ahead and get the cards drawn here for you, Capricorn. I am using the Wildwood Tarot for this monthly reading. So you do have the Ace of Vessels, the Waters of Life, the Queen of Vessels, Salmon, King of Vessels, Heron, the Ancestor, and the Four of Arrows, Rest. All right. So kind of looking at this here, to me, Capricorn, I feel like you're going to be starting something that will bring you some emotional fulfillment and joy. And I feel that for this particular month, a lot of your emotional side here, you may kind of feel is perhaps tapped into, or you're tapping into your emotional or mental side, perhaps more than normal. With the Queen of Vessels coming up and the King of Vessels coming up, those are divine counterparts for the Suit of Vessels, which is synonymous to the Suit of Cups. So I feel like this could perhaps represent a relationship that is going to really tap into your emotional side and emotional well-being. I do feel like there's going to need a lot, you're going to perhaps need a lot of rest and recovery here. Not necessarily saying that the relationship is bad by any means. I do feel that the relationship that perhaps you're in, if we're talking about a relationship here, first off, I feel that there's a lot of, I do feel there's positivity here, especially with the Ancestor coming up. The Ancestor is synonymous to the Hierophant, which could represent traditional values, marriage, things of that nature. But I do feel with this particular relationship here, the Ancestor is beckoning you to really identify where this relationship is going, right? And making you perhaps question what what do you want from this particular relationship. And I know that I'm talking heavily on the relationship aspect of it, and that's kind of what's really intuitively I'm feeling here, that it's heavily in regards to a relationship that you're navigating and you're dealing with here, Capricorn. Again, I do feel that it is positive because you have the Ace of Vessels, the Waters of Life, which talks about initiating something that'll bring you emotional fulfillment and happiness. Now, whether that's a separation of the relationship, that definitely could perhaps lead to positivity, could go the other direction, could be coming together, right? Solidification, taking the relationship to the next level. But I do feel that this is going to take a toll on you here, Capricorn, which is why I feel the Four of Arrows Rest card is coming up, because of the importance and need for you to rest, take your time, have pause, and really perhaps gather yourself on how to have the strength to persevere and move forward with this. The other thing too that's really drawing my attention is the butterfly on the Four of Arrows Rest card. Butterflies, they are, they transform, right? They metamorphosize from larvae into caterpillars, into the cocoon, and then into the butterfly. Transformative process. So I do feel that perhaps even in this relationship that you're with or that you're in right now, Capricorn, could also have a transformative property to it. If not in a relationship, I do feel like there's a lot of emotional clarity or well-being that needs to happen and occur for you here, Capricorn. It is interesting. I don't necessarily feel that Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, is very heavily into emotions. So this could be really emphasizing the importance of your emotions and your emotional well-being and health, and really kind of taking that time to nurture it, and perhaps have it blossom into something that is much stronger and much more resilient and things of that nature. So that's what I'll say with that here, Capricorn, for the monthly reading. Overall, I think it looks really good. I feel it is important for you to really focus in on your well-being, and things of that nature. So moving on, we're going to do a weekly reading for the week of January 30th, 2023. And I am using a different deck. It's called the Dungeons and Dragons deck, and it's by the Wizards of the Coast. So let's go ahead and see what we have in store for you. You do have the Page of Charisma, 7 of Strength, 8 of Wisdom, the Knight of Strength, and the Devil. So immediately, I think the Devil is perhaps representing you here, Capricorn. Not saying that you're a devil or anything. It does, in the tarot, the Devil is associated with the zodiac sign of Capricorn. So it could just literally mean you here coming up in a very strong position, Capricorn. Now, let me get you oriented to the suits really quickly. So the suit of Charisma is synonymous to Pentacles. Suit of Strength is synonymous to Wands. Suit of Wisdom is synonymous to Cups. And the suit that's missing is the suit of Intelligence, which is synonymous to, Swords. So for the weekly reading here, I do feel like you are moving on to perhaps a new situation, or or you're moving on from something that perhaps doesn't necessarily work for you anymore. You're taking almost like a leap of faith here. It's interesting you don't have the Fool, but that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here with the Knight of Strength and the Page of Charisma. You have that initiatory type of feeling here, Capricorn, of starting something new. This could also represent travel here. So perhaps maybe there is travel coming in for you this particular week. It's not for everyone, I don't think, but perhaps for some of you. But the other thing too is I feel like you're moving on in a very productive manner. You have the initiation or the initiatory type of energy to really get you going. And then you also have the Page of Charisma, which is a very studious type of energy, in a sense that you're not necessarily going there blindly. You have an outline, you have a plan of what you want to do. Where the leap of faith comes in is, once you initiate it, is all of this going to fall into place? You are moving away here from something that no longer serves you with the 8 of Wisdom and the 7 of Strength. And I feel like perhaps some of you may need to, whether it's to yourself or to others, really defend why you're taking such actions, why you're doing X, Y, and Z. And I feel like not necessarily your integrity, but people are going to question and ask why you're doing certain things. And I feel like you're going to really need to be protective and defend why you are taking these types of actions or different course here. And again, I feel the Devil is just talking strictly about you here, Capricorn. It could also represent too that you're perhaps in a situation that you kind of put yourself in a sense that you have the capability of getting yourself out with determination, with motivation, with a plan, moving forward. I feel that you're able to kind of break away from those ties. If there is anything holding you back, you do have the tools at your disposal to do so. But overall, it doesn't seem like a terrible week here for you, Capricorn, but I do feel like there may be some struggles a little bit, but I do feel again that the universe is giving you the necessary tools, resources to be extremely successful with the outcome. So Capricorn, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, malama pono and hui ho.